Theoretically, our planet is a sphere that attracts to itself because of its spin, creating a gravity, presence of gravity. And this gravity changes the consistency of the layers of our Earth. Some of these layers of Earth are what are known as solids, or solid substrates. Some are known as liquids. The liquids that are in the deepest fashion and form are often seen to be salt of nature. You'll notice that the Earth's nature itself utilizes that same salt to create its own heat, magmatics. It is necessary to utilize salt and magmatics together with silicon in order to create excessive energy outputs for the Earth so it doesn't overheat. Sort of a squish theory. The more energy that is on the Earth through the water causes the pressure to become greater on the Earth. The pressure on the Earth holds the center together. That creates the ability for the Earth to spin. If the Earth were to slow down in its spin, it would become larger. The Earth would become more expansive because it would become fluffier. The greater the spin, the tighter the ball. Now, as we start looking at the movement of human beings through what we call atmospheres, it's very difficult to move through the atmosphere of deep water because of the pressure and the consistency. It becomes thicker, it becomes more difficult. And the higher you go, or the further you get from the Earth itself, the easier it is to move. You'll notice that the liquefaction of the Earth still remains a constant, and that constant balance maintains itself even as you take yourself to the outer atmospheres. It isn't until you leave the sphere of the Earth itself that you lose pressure and you lose the ability to utilize gravity itself to create movement forward. Now, movement forward is based mostly on propulsion and movement against resistance. So the faster you go, the more resistance there is. A lot of mechanisms that we use in science create the idea that the resistance in front of you has to be cut. You have to have something that's sharp to go through it and then has to have the ability to make it go around you. However, you do not need to make it go around you. All you have to do is make a silent negative rhythm. That's right. Silent sonics, negative energy. By making negative energy around you as you're going forward, the positive energy that's hitting your vehicle, your ship, or whatever it is you're moving, will be deflected around you, and then it'll be like you're not moving at all. So point A to point B will have no distance in between because there is no resistance in between. To do that, you actually have to create an electromagnetic field around your ship itself, or whatever you're moving. You don't necessarily have to move a ship. You could have a tube system. You could literally create a tube system from here to China that hypersonically moved mail from here to China and got it there within 6 hours. If you wanted to. If you wanted to work together. If you cared about each other and didn't want to kill each other based on your color. However, since you're probably not going to do that, and your species is not going to evolve to that way for at least another 100 years, it's better for you to have the information that you'll need to move in case you have to move out, because it appears that you guys are very dangerous to each other. By making the space in front of what you're moving move for you, by counteracting the positive energy of what's coming at you, you will be able to move through what is coming at you with very little thrust, like ghosting a semi-truck. You will follow in the wake of what you create in front of you. The further you push it ahead of you is the speed of which you are moving. So if you're moving at, say, 4,000 miles per hour, you're going to need to have force in front of you, because the energy that's coming at you is energized, and you are causing it to find something to react to. And as soon as the energy finds a reaction that it needs to adhere to, it'll want to grab a hold of you and cause you to shake, and cause you to wobble, and cause you to break apart and overheat. Allow that energy to come to you and then deflect it around you by hypermagnetizing it. You would say, Well, how do we create magnetic energy? Well, it's really simple. Magnetic energy comes from the idea of two polarities that represent themselves, that are pushed against each other, and the energy of the same polarities that are pushed against each other create an energy field from themselves. Electricity is not the only form of energy. Sound is a really good form of energy. If you push sound through, then it will create its own energy layer, and you will be able to move faster. Propulsion is not necessarily based on the ability to make flame, or to funnel, or to create a compression. Sometimes moving is just making the right noise. And God bless God.